Michael Stevens leaned against the doorframe of his modest house, watching his daughter, Anna, meticulously go over her business plan. The dining table was strewn with papers, laptops, and financial reports. Michael's heart swelled with pride and a touch of apprehension. "You've got this, Anna," Michael said, his voice filled with unwavering support. "You've worked so hard. Your mother would be so proud." Anna looked up, her eyes shining with determination. "Thanks, Dad. I couldn't have done it without you." Michael smiled, though the weight of his late wife's absence lingered in the room. "I'm just glad I can help. This business is going to be amazing." A few months later, Anna's business, Anna's Artisanal Delights, was officially launched. The bakery and cafe quickly gained a loyal following, and soon, word spread about its delectable treats and warm atmosphere. Michael often found himself at the cafe, tinkering with repairs, chatting with customers, and savoring the pride he felt watching his daughter flourish. One evening, after a particularly busy day, Anna approached Michael with a worried look on her face. "Dad, I need to talk to you about something important," she said, her voice trembling slightly. Michael set down his tools and gave her his full attention. "What's on your mind, honey?" "I need a loan to expand the business. We're doing great, but if we want to keep up with demand, we need more space, better equipment. I've tried the banks, but they want collateral." Michael's heart skipped a beat. He knew what she was asking, even before she said it. "Dad, could we use the house as collateral?" "It's our best option," Anna said, her eyes pleading. Michael hesitated, the weight of the decision pressing down on him. The house was all they had left, a sanctuary filled with memories of happier times. But seeing Anna's determination, he knew he couldn't say no. "All right, Anna. If this is what you need to make your dream a reality, I'll do it," Michael agreed, his voice firm despite the fear gnawing at him. The expansion was a roaring success. Anna's business skyrocketed, with lines out the door and rave reviews flooding in. Michael watched with pride as his daughter's hard work paid off, but he couldn't shake a nagging feeling of unease. One evening, Anna introduced Michael to her new boyfriend, Derek. He was charming and suave, with an easy smile and a confident air that set Michael on edge. "Dad, this is Derek, he's been such a huge help with the business." Michael extended his hand, forcing a smile. "Nice to meet you, Derek." "Pleasure's all mine, Mr. Stevens." "Anna's told me so much about you," Derek replied smoothly. As the months passed, Derek's influence over Anna grew. He became a constant presence at the cafe, making suggestions and changes that Michael found increasingly troubling. Derek's charm began to wear thin, revealing a controlling and manipulative nature. One night, as Michael was closing up the cafe, he overheard a heated conversation between Anna and Derek. "You need to cut the ties, Anna," Derek insisted. "Your dad's holding you back. You should have full control of the business." "But Derek, he's my father. He's done so much for me," Anna protested, her voice shaky. "Exactly. He's done enough. It's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet. We don't need him meddling in everything," Derek argued, his tone forceful. Michael's heart sank as he realized what was happening. He decided to confront Anna the next day. "Anna, can we talk?" Michael asked, his voice heavy with concern. Anna looked up from her desk, her expression guarded. "Sure, Dad. What's up?" "I overheard you and Derek last night. Are you really thinking about cutting me out of the business?" Michael asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Anna's eyes filled with guilt. "Dad, it's not like that. Derek just thinks." "Derek thinks? What do you think, Anna? This business was our dream. Don't let him come between us," Michael pleaded. Anna's expression hardened. "Dad, I appreciate everything you've done, but Derek's right. I need to make my own decisions. You need to trust me." "I do trust you, but I don't trust him," Michael said, his voice rising. "He's manipulating you, Anna. Can't you see that? Anna stood up, her face flushed with anger. You don't understand, Dad. Derek loves me. He wants what's best for me. Michael felt a pang of betrayal as he realized he was losing his daughter to this man. Just be careful, Anna. Please. Despite Michael's warnings, Anna's relationship with Derek deepened. She became more distant, and Michael felt increasingly sidelined. One day, Derek confronted Michael at the cafe. Mr. Stevens, we need to talk, Derek said, his tone cold and businesslike. Michael bristled. About what? The business. Anna's decided it's time for you to step down. She wants full control, Derek said bluntly. Michael's blood ran cold. She told you this? Derek smirked. We discussed it at length. It's what's best for the company. Michael shook his head, anger and sadness welling up inside him. You've poisoned her against me. I won't let you destroy everything we've built. It's already done, Mr. Stevens. The paperwork is ready. Sign it and walk away, Derek said, his eyes glinting with triumph. Michael did sign the papers, but not before taking them to his lawyers to meticulously review every detail and make some critical changes. Only after this thorough examination did Michael sign the documents, his heart breaking as he handed over control of the business to Anna and Derek. Anna was upset with the changes made to the documents, accusing Michael of trying to ruin her business. I've worked so hard for this, and you're being selfish, she said. Michael calmly explained, without the income from the cafe, I can't keep up with the loan payments. If I don't make those payments, the bank will foreclose on the house, leaving me homeless and heartbroken. One of the changes Michael made to the paperwork was transferring the responsibility of the loan payments to Anna and Derek. Michael reminded Anna that the original agreement would have left him with no income, no payment for his share of the company, and no ownership, essentially nothing. With the revised agreement, Michael would no longer be responsible for the loan and would be reimbursed for the money he had already contributed. He would also retain partial ownership of the business and receive a small income, securing his financial stability. You're just being dramatic and selfish. We'll run the business without your interference, no matter what. He found himself far from the life he had known. The betrayal cut deep, but he clung to the hope that Anna would one day realize the truth about Derek. As he sat alone in his home he once shared with Anna, Michael vowed to rebuild his life, even if it meant starting from nothing. He would not let this be the end of his story. And so, with a heavy heart and a determined spirit, Michael began to pick up the pieces, unaware of the trials and triumphs that lay ahead. Michael Stevens stared out of the window of his cozy home, his eyes tracking the distant lights of the city. The small, cluttered space felt like a cruel twist of fate after the warmth and comfort he once felt in this old home. As he settled into his new, stark reality, he tried to push away the sense of betrayal gnawing at his insides. Anna's new management of the cafe was causing a stir among the staff. Michael's former colleagues, who had once been friends and supporters, now spoke in hushed tones about the changes Derek was implementing. The once cozy atmosphere of Anna's artisanal delights had shifted to a sterile, corporate environment. Some employees even approached Michael, their concern evident in their expressions. Anna, meanwhile, was busy expanding the business further. Derek's influence had started to show more clearly, pushing for higher profits and grander schemes. He was a master at creating a facade of benevolence, often seeing charming clients and investors with his charismatic smile. But behind closed doors, he was a different person, calculating, manipulative, and ruthless. One evening, Derek and Anna were having dinner at their newly purchased mansion, discussing their plans for the business expansion. Anna, we're on the brink of a major breakthrough, Derek said, his voice dripping with excitement. But we need to keep pushing boundaries. We should cut costs further and invest in more aggressive marketing strategies. Anna frowned slightly. I've heard some of the employees are unhappy with the changes. Shouldn't we address their concerns? Derek's face darkened. Those concerns are irrelevant if they're impeding our progress. Remember, success requires sacrifices. We're building an empire, not a charity. Anna hesitated, but Derek's relentless pressure wore her down. All right, Derek. We'll do it your way. Michael, trying to rebuild his life, found solace in a part-time job at a local hardware store. It was far from the grand career he once had, but it gave him a sense of purpose. One day, as he was organizing the shelves, he was approached by a former business partner of Anna's. Michael, I've been meaning to reach out, said Richard, a well-dressed man with a troubled look. I need to talk to you about what's going on with Anna's business. Michael looked up, surprised. What's happened? Richard sighed. The changes Derek is making, they're causing quite a stir. There are rumors about financial mismanagement and questionable practices. I thought you should know. Michael's heart sank. What do you mean? Well, it's just. I've heard whispers about some shady deals and risky investments. Derek seems to be pushing for profits at any cost, Richard explained. And the way they've been cutting back on staff benefits isn't sitting right with people. Determined to uncover the truth, Michael began investigating Derek's dealings. He used his connections from his former business to gather information, slowly piecing together the story behind the new, aggressive strategies at Anna's cafe. One day, Michael received a call from a former accountant of the company who had left due to ethical disagreements. Mr. Stevens, I have something you need to see, the accountant said, his voice urgent. Derek's been cooking the books. There are discrepancies in the financial reports. He's manipulating the numbers to attract investors and cover up poor management. Michael's mind raced. This was bigger than he had imagined. Can you prove it? Yes. I've kept copies of some documents. Meet me, and I'll show you everything, the accountant said. That evening, Michael met the accountant in a dimly lit cafe. The accountant handed over a folder filled with documents and financial statements. Michael's eyes widened as he skimmed through the evidence of Derek's deceit. This is unbelievable, Michael said, his voice filled with disbelief and anger. I need to get this to the authorities. The accountant nodded. Be careful, Mr. Stevens. Derek's got a lot of influence. But this information could help expose him. With the evidence in hand, Michael approached Anna, hoping to reason with her before taking further action. Anna, we need to talk, Michael said, catching her at the cafe. His voice was firm but filled with pain. I've found something that might change everything. Anna's expression hardened. Dad, I've got a meeting. Can't this wait? Please, just take a look at these documents, Michael insisted, pushing the folder toward her. They show some serious issues with how Derek's running things. Anna hesitated, then reluctantly took the folder. As she began to read, her face shifted from confusion to shock, and then to anger. What is this, Dad? She demanded. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I tried, Anna. I tried to warn you about Derek. Anna's eyes welled with tears. I thought I was doing the right thing. I didn't realize. I didn't know. He has ruined everything. The confrontation between Anna and Derek was inevitable. Michael watched from the sidelines as the once promising business began to unravel under the weight of Derek's exposed lies. The authorities launched an investigation, and the cafe faced a public relations nightmare. Anna and Derek's reputation took a significant hit, as many believed she was complicit in how the business was managed. Investors, banks, and vendors all demanded payments, leading to a dramatic drop in business and a wave of employee resignations. Facing possible legal action, Derek hired a lawyer and worked with investigators, shifting most of the blame for his actions onto Anna. Anna, facing the collapse of her empire and the truth about Derek, was left to pick up the pieces of her shattered world. Her relationship with her father was strained but not beyond repair. Michael, though still heartbroken, found a renewed sense of purpose in helping Anna navigate the fallout. Michael and Anna began to rebuild their fractured relationship, working together to address the damage caused by Derek's manipulation. It was a long and arduous process, but Michael's unwavering support and Anna's newfound resolve to make amends offered a glimmer of hope for healing. In the end, this story served as a painful lesson for both father and daughter, a reminder that trust, loyalty, and love are worth fighting for even in the face of betrayal. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue bringing you heartfelt stories. Thank you for watching.